Portland down.
Time for WeatherScope, and it is sponsored by the new Zip built-in drive from Amiga. Get one in your next computer.
This is WeatherScope.
Either way you cut it, messy out there. We've had a lot of rain overnight, flooding, and a lot of mudslides in Southern California. We'll have more on that in a minute, but also, Lisa, in the Northeast, a lot of flooding too in Norfolk County and Plymouth County, Massachusetts. 3.5 inches of rain in Plymouth, Mass, and that's just south of Boston. Flood warnings in effect in both counties.
Yeah, when you first started, I was going to say that sounds just like the Northeast, except when you said mudslides. We haven't had that, at least not yet.
Hopefully not.
We're going to look at some problems today. The nor'easter that brought us all the snow overnight towards the high country of Pennsylvania and New York continues to bring us snow, rain, and the wind. One can notice the wind is not as northerly as it was, as northeasterly as it was. It's now a little northerly, more northwesterly. And we are looking at video. Now, is this Boston or is this New York? Somebody let me know. This is Boston. Okay. Well, it was a very hazardous time if you had to do some walking and didn't have a really sturdy umbrella, because the winds were gusting out of the northeast this morning between 20 and 40 miles per hour. In New York, about the same. Heavy rainfall continues in the New York area, and we are looking at wind chills that cut the air temperature in about half. So conditions are quite cold with this rain blowing around. Visibility at times quite poor. Just a miserable gray, kind of cloudy, wet, nor'easter kind of day. And it's going to continue. Okay, well, first of all, one good note, we no longer have the coastal flood advisory or warning out for Long Island, but we still have a heavy surf advisory from the North Carolina-Virginia border up towards the Delaware border area. So boating still a bit choppy, still a bit hazardous. We're still looking at winds all the way from North Carolina, the Cape Hatteras vicinity, all across the Norfolk, Virginia vicinity, the Jersey Shore, Long Island, Cape Cod. Here we're looking at winds gusting between 20 and 30 miles per hour. A little further to the north, a gale, a storm warning still in effect for the coastal areas of Maine, and we're still seeing winds gusting between 20 and 40 miles per hour, and at times occasionally we could see them even higher. So we'll continue to watch this vicinity, but conditions have improved in and around Virginia. It looks like even Maryland and Baltimore seeing some better conditions at this hour. Here's our low pressure area spinning around out here, very large shield with some heavy rain showers and thunderstorms over the coastal waters, and you'll see the cloud cover outlining our frontal boundary now, just barely draping towards the eastern part of the Cuba island. Clearer skies across the southeast. A really nice day, except that it is breezy across the northern Georgia and the Carolina areas, but we are seeing lots and lots of sunshine today. Let's take a look closely at our problem area. Things a little bit better towards Washington, although we are still seeing cloudy skies, winds out of the northwest, and some light rain occasionally sprinkling along the roadways here. Philadelphia, we're getting some moderate rain showers occasionally. A lot of the backside, the wraparound moisture is now coming in towards Philadelphia and also New York. We're looking at Hartford, Connecticut. We're kind of in a little bit of a dry slot area, but occasionally here too some heavy rain could come in to your vicinity, where we are continuing to see the most rain showers right across Portland, Maine, across much of central and western Massachusetts, and in the high country of New Jersey still have the possibility of seeing some high elevation there around the Poconos into Pennsylvania, New York, high elevation snow, okay, or maybe even a mix of rain and snow. After all, we are in the warmest part of the day right now, but as we head into the evening hours, snow will begin to change over, where some areas are actually seeing rain. So looking at the heavy snow track, we're again talking about the central areas of Pennsylvania to the north tonight, however, across Albany, getting up towards the southern areas of New Hampshire. Watch out. Connecticut, it looks like you're a little bit too far south, but to the north of your area, certainly Mount Washington, and just to the south of Caribou, that looks like where we're going to see our heaviest snow accumulate as we head into the evening hours. A quick check on the temperatures. Boston right now 40 degrees, Albany 34, so we are talking about wet snow, and you know that wet snow can really weigh down the trees. We may have some problems with some power outage as a result. Quick check on the wind chill. It feels like 14 degrees in Boston, feels like 14 in Albany, and in New York and Philadelphia also temperatures feel like they're in the teens. Bill?
Thanks a lot, Lisa. Much better news in California now, as we'll get a chance to dry out for an extended period as we see it. And once again, the region of rain pushing into Arizona. The good news is drier weather. The bad news is the damage incurred has been mudslides. A tremendous amount of rain fell yesterday, last night, and early today. And these are scenes from Laguna Beach, California. At least 2 homes in danger of washing down the hillside. And rescue crews did have to free people trapped in the debris. And we've had reports of at least 10 injuries from that particular event, and my suspicion is there are probably even more concerns in the foothill area there around the San Gabriel. So again, this area is drying out, but the damage has been inflicted. Mount Wilson, for instance, picking up over a foot of rain over a 30-hour period, then snow fell around midnight on, and you now have about 8 inches on the ground. Well, pardon the picture here, but you can see the clouds in Utah, snowing in Salt Lake City, by the way, snowing in Flagstaff, chilly rain falling in the Phoenix area, even some thunderstorms across the eastern side of Phoenix around Mesa, and watch out Apache Junction. Southern Cal, the showers a little more sporadic, but still we do have flood watches in portions of Los Angeles basin areas, and likewise around Phoenix, westward to about